Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Situation Room. My name is Mootendo, and hey, man, we have three different people who said yesterday that they're gonna be getting the game today. One of them has already been stonewalled by a concerned store owner, and someone completely different got the game. Mr. Austin John Plays bought two copies from this eBay seller, and that means that there are. Let me see how many he bought. He had. I don't remember the exact number. I think he said he had like over 10, like in the double digits, like the seller did. A member of my team had been talking with him in eBay email chains. Um, yes, it does. It does include that one bust. So those guys, they said that they would be going to a different place and seeing if they can get it, but I'm not exactly holding my breath. That said, um, the biggest confirmed route of distribution is this eBay guy who seemed to have procured from somewhere, like somewhere around like anywhere from 8 to 15 copies. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like damn near a dozen at least. And he sold them on eBay the other day. He sold 6 copies. I believe he put up a second listing, and 3 more were sold, if I recall correctly. It's hard to really say, but if he did, surely one of the people who bought copies is gonna dump the game today. Surely. I was talking with someone who bought a copy, um, and then they randomly blocked me on Discord, so I don't know. So we'll just see if that guy said he was gonna dump it, so it doesn't matter if he blocked me or not. I mean, he's probably gonna dump it anyway. Why why didn't I buy one? Well, I already bought the game. Like my philosophy on ZA in particular, like if this was any other launch, I would have bought it, right? But my philosophy on ZA in particular is that ZA is a game that you only really play once. It's a Legends game. It's like RCS. Like you're only going to experience ZA one time, and I want that time to be the best experience possible because ZA looks like one of the best Pokemon games of all time, right? Why would I play the Switch 1 version on my crappy Switch Lite when I have perfectly good a perfectly good Switch 2 right here with the game already on it? Like why do I need to play it on a Switch Lite? It doesn't make any sense. Like I don't need to do that. I can just wait for the game to come out. I need a pop filter. I don't know what that is, dog. Anyway, PLZA Go is dropping in like an hour. PLZA Go was the guy who didn't get it, but hey, hey, he said they might be going to another place. I'm not gonna hold him on it. If he gets it, he gets it. He doesn't get it, it's not a big deal. I mean, someone else is gonna post the game in today anyway, so we'll see. Anyway, so aside from that, so we have the eBay guy, and also my good friend. One of my good friends is going to be going to a store himself later today. That's the third guy, the third route. He's gonna be going to a store himself later today. He'll see if he can get it. He doesn't know if he's gonna get it or not. It's just he may get it. He might not get it. I don't know. He's going to a store. That's a thing that's happening as well. But regardless, the big thing that happened that we really need to recap, the crazy thing that happened, is that the first person to leak game data wasn't a data miner. It wasn't some kid on 4chan. It wasn't me or Ball Guy or any of the people you know on Twitter. It was Nintendo themselves. for some reason, Nintendo is not aware, or they just never bother to change it, that like they're not aware that the update data that they send out with for the game is not encrypted. So you guys probably know this if you pre-order the game. When you pre-order a game from Nintendo, they will preload the game onto your Switch a week early before the release. So for me, that was yesterday. For a lot of people, it was also yesterday, depending on your time zone, right? And that preload is locked, it is encrypted. You need a special key. I was told it was 32 digits. I don't really know. I'm not really a data miner. But you need a special key to unlock that thing, and it's like impossible to decrypt. Like no one can break that. I don't even know if the government can break that shit. I don't know. Maybe they can. They probably can. But the point is, it's impossible for any Pokemon fan to decrypt whatever that key is to actually data mine the files, even though they're sitting on your Switch. Like they're already there. Like the game's already on my Switch. Like it's already there, but I can't data mine it. I can't see it. I can't do anything with it. But Nintendo sent out what appears to be like a day one patch or just an early bug patch for ZA after the preload. They sent out a patch version 1.01, I think. And that patch was data mineable. And in that data mine were move lists, item lists, and most importantly, a Mega Stone list in that item list. In that list, we saw Mega Zeraora, so it didn't get scrapped. It just wasn't a Terra Leak. Mega Heatran and Mega Darkrai. That's crazy. Like I actually cannot believe we're getting Mega Heatran. I'm so excited. Like when I was a kid, Heatran was like my number one. I loved Heatran. But as I grew up, I matured, and my favorite became Garchomp because I'm a cool guy, so I like Garchomp. But Heatran used to be my favorite Pokemon, like my absolute favorite. So I'm very surprised that Heatran's getting a Mega. Darkrai is a little more expected. I think that like Darkrai is weird, right? Because originally they tried to give Darkrai forms like Deoxys. I think this was specifically like in the movie, and then in the guidebook, like the handbook, not the guidebook, but like there's like these old Pokemon handbooks that had like all the Pokemon in the Pokedex in them with like descriptions, like stats, move sets, all that. And Darkrai had a bunch of forms in it, like Deoxys did, and like the speed form, the attack form, blah 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 blah. They tried to do that, but then they ended up just not doing it because it was weird. Like it didn't really need it. It didn't really make sense. So now they're giving it a Mega. I think Darkrai is a unique enough Pokemon that it should get a Mega. I think the Mega would be really cool. I'm not really sure how, like, in what direction they can take it. I can't even really imagine what a Mega Darkrai would look like. But it is probably going to be pretty cool. Darkrai with long legs. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's like that was like the speed form, was that its legs got really really long and it became like pointy. Like that was what the speed form looked like. Hoopa, yeah, we did see the prison bottle in the item lists, as well as Hyperspace Hole and Hyperspace Fury in the move lists. And someone sent me a DM just a little while ago. Yeah. So one of the mons that's getting a form change is indeed number 720, which is Hoopa, meaning that Unbound form is in the game. If you didn't need more confirmation, although every form change is in that list, I'm pretty sure. Right? I'm pretty sure Miraidon and Koraidon were also in that list. And those are definitely not in the game. The Megastones were in Romania? Yeah. Tell me about Hoopa immediately. Well, we don't really know much aside from the fact that it's gonna be in DLC, and both of its signature moves are already programmed into the game. But then again, almost every move is programmed into the game, so it doesn't actually mean anything. But I think they were in the usable move list. Actually, they were. They were. I think they were. Let me go check. I think they were. They were in the. They weren't just in the general move list, but in the usable move list. Let me go back and look. I'm scrolling up. Scrolling up. Yeah, they're right there. Yeah, no, they're in there. They're in there. As well as Steam Eruption, so Volcanian's going to be in the game eventually. As well as Diamond Storm, which is Deoncé's move. So all three mythicals will be in the game at some point, in addition to Heatran and Darkrai, which I'm personally expecting are going to be in the DLC. I don't think they're in the base game. Like that's like in a mission that would be insane. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to give him a special mission? Because I remember Darkrai had a mission in PLA, like post game. I'm pretty sure it did. I don't remember if it was like a save data thing or not, or was it DLC? I don't remember. Was it the Daybreak update, or was it like its own thing that was like save data? It was something like that. It wasn't like available normally in the base game. I don't think. I think you had to do something. Was a save data thing? BDSP save data bonus. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you had to do. I remember because I remember there's like a little bit of a controversy about it, and I was just like, I mean, bro, everyone bought both of them anyway. Like everyone, like, there's no way you're buying RCS and you're not buying BDSP. Like, let's be real. If you're buying RCS, you're playing a completely experimental game that's a Sinnoh game. You like Sinnoh enough to buy BDSP. Hoopa's the best Pokemon. Well, I wouldn't say it's the best Pokemon, but it's definitely a cool Pokemon. I like playing with it in Unite. Unite, like Hoopa and Unite is awesome. It's like Underlord and Dota, but like way cooler. Yeah, I read it out so close enough. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so currently we are waiting for anything regarding the eBay copies. Waiting for someone to come forward, aside from a YouTuber, to come forward and, just be like straight up, yeah, I have the game. Here's like a video of the cartridge and me turning it on. Something like that. Anyway, we're back at nothing. Yeah, pretty much. Like someone did get the eBay guy has sent the game to people. He shipped it already. He shipped it, and people are already receiving it. Austin bought it from the eBay guy. He bought 2 copies from the eBay guy, and they came in. So I'm assuming that the other people who bought it will also be getting it, depending on, of course, Austin might live pretty close to that guy. So, regarding distances and shit, it might be a little different. But I'm pretty sure, like, the other people who bought it will be getting it throughout the day. I didn't buy one, so I don't know. Like, I was talking with a guy who bought one, but then he ghosted me, so it's whatever. I don't really care. But someone somewhere bought the game and isn't a YouTuber who doesn't have a career to worry about by just like posting pictures and shit that they got it. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't really know why Austin did that shit to begin with. He posted that he got the game, put in a reply that he bought the game, so he didn't get it from like a review copy or anything. He bought the fucking games and then deleted it. Like, okay, bro. Like, why would you admit to that in the first place? Like, that's not good. The buyer did tell me he had a modded Switch. So, if that buyer does get the game, and he said he was going to dump it, so, and he's also the person who dumped like the SV double pack back in the day, in the SV era, Scarlet and Violet era. So like I'm assuming if he gets the game, he's gonna dump it like today. So it doesn't matter whether he's talking to me or not. He's going to do it. So there we go. Why would he buy the thing? So he can make YouTube videos. That's why like every one of these YouTubers is trying to get the game early. So they can make all their YouTube videos, and then when the game releases and the media embargo goes down, they can post all of their videos at the same time to like control the algorithm. So it's like, oh, how do you get this rare Pokemon? How do you find a shiny Pokemon? You know, all of that, all of those crappy ass YouTube shorts you see, like they're desperately paying hundreds of dollars for a copy so that they can make all of those and like get all the views and subscribers and all that. That's why they're doing it, and they're doing it on alts, doing it on their main accounts, like Mr. Philly did. Like they're doing literally anything they can to get it. Like I'm not a YouTuber, dog. Like I'm just a guy who turns on the stream sometimes. But like I don't make YouTube videos or shorts or whatever. But that is the aim. That is why they're doing this. So he's willing to play a crappy version of the game so that he can farm followers. That's it. And it's like, bro, okay, dude, oh, more power to you, I guess. I mean, at this point, I'm regretting not buying one, if only so that I could stop the drip feed. The drip feed, the gatekeeping, all that, because people are like for example, an anonymous member of the community, they're not really anonymous, but an anonymous member of the community sent me Mega Meganium, like the full picture of it yesterday. I posted it with the watermark, right? And then some guy who's been complaining about gatekeeping and like gatekeeping Terra League stuff for as long as I've known him was like, yeah, I had that image a month ago. I'm like, bro, what? Like, the gatekeeping is insane. Like, people are still gatekeeping the Terra League stuff even now. It's like, bro, just post it. The game comes out next week. Like, just fucking post the megas, dog. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, people are so scared of losing access to their secret club group chats and shit over like Pokemon leaks when they themselves are complaining about people hiding Pokemon leaks. Like, just post the shit you have, dude. It's not the end of the world, bro. It's just a group chat. It's fine. But yeah, it's annoying. Anyway, that said, I think that's where we're at. So Nintendo leaked a bunch of stuff in an update NSP. The games are now being shipped out to people like as we speak. There are people who are receiving the games today. There's already been a person who's received some of the games today and has shown proof. And there are a couple more people who are going around to different stores trying to get the game early themselves to data mine and to, you know, post and all that and to dump it eventually. What megas have I seen behind the scenes? Every single mega, aside from the only one I've seen that I'm never ever going to share because it's not me gatekeeping, but it's literally just me protecting someone's job, is Mega Zero Aura. That's it. I saw that shit a long time ago from anime production documents. But if I were to post those documents or even mention who gave me those documents, not just that person, but probably their entire like animation team would lose their job. So I'm not going to do that. That is every other mega that I have seen, I have posted in one way or another. But anyway, that said, I think that's pretty much everything. Just waiting for people to bring the game forward. That's pretty much everything. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. Do you guys have any questions? I'll try to answer any questions you guys have in the chat. Will it really? No, that person is the person who didn't get it. The person who said it was happening at noon. He's like, they're the people who didn't get it. They're looking around. They said they found another promising place to go to, but that person is not happening at noon. At least not from them. As far as I know. Of course, maybe they did get it from somewhere else already, and they're like running home right now, driving at 120 on the highway, trying to get to their computer. But as far as I know, that noon thing is not happening. Was Heatran? No, Heatran and Darkrai were not mentioned in the Terra League build at all. They were not mentioned at all. They didn't. No one knew. It was not in the Terra League whatsoever. It was not in there at all. No. That's why it was kind of a blindsiding, right? It's like an actual leak. It's like, yeah, the Terra League build was a beta. It wasn't complete. Now, we don't know if those 3 megas are going to be in the base game or not. It's likely because Mega Raichu X and Y are not in that update data, but the other megas are. So one would naturally assume that it's in the base game, or will be available similar to it could be like a save data thing. It could be like a rank reward, like the Mega Starters. The Mega Kalos starters, like they could be after the Mega Kalos starters, they do Zero Aura, Heatran, and Darkrai, which would be lame, really, really lame, but they could do that. So it could be like an event Pokemon that is going to release like 6 months down the line, right? It could be that. But if it's not, it could be in the base game, could be post game, could be like, we don't really know like what it signifies. Where are the odds these are scrapped megas? None. They wouldn't leave scrapped mega stones in that would be taken out. Like they wouldn't leave that in the game. Like that's kind of like no. They would not have that in there. So no, like leaks, there are probably going to be leaks this afternoon. Probably. There are probably going to be physical leaks this afternoon. We'll probably see images of cartridges and stuff. I think that's happening this afternoon. Now, regarding to a dump, well, if these people are getting the game today, it really depends on their upload speed, but we could see a dump today, but probably not. I'm wavering towards tomorrow. If one of the people who has the game actually wants to dump it, because we don't know that. Like, there's this one buyer, right? He said, yeah, I have a modded Switch. I'm going to dump it. But we don't know. He never showed me his modded Switch or anything, so I don't know if he actually had one or he was just baiting or whatever. Like, I don't even know if that buyer was legit, right? He sent me some DMs with the seller, which inclines to me that it's real. But we don't know, right? Has the full Pokedex leaked yet? I mean, the full Pokedex in the Terra League build leaked a while ago, yes. If you go to Mootendo in the Zaza channel, you scroll up really, really far, you'll find one. There's like a paste bin. How many megas do you think will be in the mega dimension? I mean, if we're just going to guess, I would guess somewhere in the teens. 13, 15, 16, somewhere around that area. If I were to just give you a off-the-cuff guess, I don't know. I know essentially nothing about the DLC, aside from the fact that someone posted that Mega Superior was a thing, which implies that Mega Samurott and Mega Typhlosion are also a thing. But we don't really know. Again, there's no like person who's out there being like, yo, here's a full list of DLC megas, all that. You know, there's no one doing that. How do you feel about the EA guy? What do you mean, how do I feel? Like, cool. He stole a pallet of games, bro. Like, he stole, like, I don't know, 15 copies of the game, and he's reselling on eBay for, like, a 100% markup or more. I'm pretty sure some people paid $300 for that copy, bro. Like, the thing is, eBay is that it's an auction. It's a bid. So, like, Some people paid like 105, 110. As some people paid like 180 and like maybe 300. Like, it's like, okay, dude, holy shit. You paid $300 for a Pokemon game. You're so cool. Like, the eBay guy made out like a bandit. I don't know how eBay didn't take that down. eBay should have taken that down. I don't know like how did they get away with that? I mean, when you really think about it, like how is that even happening on eBay? Like just selling the games. Like, bro, does no one check this shit? Does like Nintendo, from my own personal anecdotes and what other people have said, like Nintendo has been really, really serious about this launch. I mean, they've been serious about their launches for a while now, but this one in particular, they're being very serious about. I mean, I have a personal mom and pop store, right? So it's a non-chain video game shop in my town. And I went there and asked them, like, how are you guys dealing with the ZA launch? There's people asking for the games and all that. And they said that, yeah, they have a literal Nintendo representative who comes to their store and like checks all their security and like stuff to make sure that they can actually do the game launch correctly. It's like, bro, if they're taking that shit that seriously, that they're sending with someone to every single fucking store, then how are they not just constantly refreshing eBay to take shit down? Like, EA is one of like eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Like these, like of course, most rich people don't really use them, but those are like some of the most common online online marketplaces, especially in like rural America. Like everyone's buying secondhand shit off each other all the time. Like I live in West Virginia, so I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and like that's what everyone uses. Everyone's like a Facebook Marketplace, all that shit, all the time. I'm shocked that that auction was up for like 8 hours or something. Like it was up for a very, very long time. It's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. I mean, it's impressive that the game hasn't leaked yet. Honestly, like usually what happened a few days ago. We are currently 6 days away from launch, so this is wild. This is one of the longest waits we've had. Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Anyway, with that said, um, any other questions? Yeah, no, the XEI is probably like it's probably not happening today. Probably. Where's Ball Guy? Ball Guy is doing his own thing, I think. We talk in DM sometimes. But I'm pretty sure he just doesn't want to join. He just doesn't want to join the Discord because it's like he'll get added 50 million times. So that's probably why he's not there. But anyway, yeah. Well, we do know that Nintendo's not happy about this air leak. And you look at ZA's marketing, right? They're not saying anything about the story. It's actually almost to the point of it being a detriment. They're not saying anything about the story. They're not really sharing all the megas. They're not really even talking about the decks that much. So they very much are proud of this game, and they don't want to spoil it, right? The Terra leak ruined that for them. The only saving grace is that there aren't that many people who are that keyed in to Pokemon leaks, especially something like the Terra leak. Even though Terra leak was really big, there's like what 100,000 people at most who saw that, and like tens of millions of people buy Pokemon games, right? So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. for them yet. But if the game leaks, the game itself gets dumped, and there's videos and like cutscenes all over Twitter and shit, that's a different story. They don't want that to happen because this genuinely is the game that like Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have put the most effort into in many years. Like I don't think people understand just how big this game is and how wild the story is. Of course, I'm not going to spoil the story on here. Don't worry about that. But like people don't realize how important this game is for them because like Legends Arceus was insanely positively reviewed. It was to the point where they literally green lighted the next Legends game the month after it came out. The first one came out because they were literally like, okay, well, we weren't expecting this to happen. Like we weren't expecting it to be this popular. And it's like, yeah, it is. Actually, I think they greenlighted even before it came out. But they weren't expecting it to be this popular. And the thing is, Arceus was basically just a prototype for Scarlet and Violet, right? They prototyped their new engine. They prototyped the new animation engine as well. All of that. So when you have this new Legends game where they take the things that people like so much and they put so much more effort into it, so much more passion into it, with the story, with the Pokemon, with the megas, like they've completely revamped like the idea of Legends. They've changed so many things that people had critiques of. Like one of the biggest critiques of Legends Arceus is that there's basically no trainer battles at all. And they changed that to where the game now focuses on trainer battles, but also still allows that that sort of collection aspect as well as Legends catching and all that sort of stuff. So you can still run around and catch Pokemon and enjoy it. They also kept that more impactful story with deeper themes as well. So this is honestly, this is basically the last game of the Switch era, the Switch 1 era. It's the magnum opus. It's the Ultra Sun and Moon. It's the Black and White 2 of the Switch. You have to understand how big that is. Well, when it gets dumped, will it be easy to find? I would assume so. I mean, it's going to be on the Discord. Someone's probably going to be streaming it on the Discord. The links will be everywhere, but they will be taken down pretty quickly. So if you are interested in playing the game on emulator, which you really should just buy a Switch 2 and play on Switch 2. If you're interested in doing that, you should probably download it as soon as you see it, because it'll be taken down very quickly, and they'll probably be going after the people who are uploading it to the thing, so eventually people are going to stop uploading it. Like, I don't even know if you can get the ROMs for, like, Scarlet and Violet and stuff anymore, because they took down that big file hosting site. NSWTU, I believe it was called. They took down that big site. I don't even know if you can get them anymore. I mean, they probably can, but I'm broke, bro. Emulation for life. Get a job. Or if you do already have a job, go back to school, and then you can get a better job. Then you can buy whatever you want. Any ways to play the game early? Well, the game isn't out yet, so we can't play it early yet. What this game means for how good Gen 10 will be? Well, if Gen 10 is Switch 2 only, it will be orders of magnitude better than ZA. But I wouldn't expect it to be as content-packed as ZA is. The thing about ZA is that when I say it's a big game, I don't mean it in a literal sense. I mean with regards to the content in the game, it's big. You have the ZA Royale. You have all the side quests. You have the other arcs, like the Mafia Boss arc and all the other stuff that's happening. You have all of the catching, right? You have all the Pokemon to collect. You have the wild zones to explore, the city to explore. Then after the post game, you've got, after the game ends, you got the post game, right? And then after all of that, You've got ranked. You got ZA Battle Club. That if that's your speed, if that's what you like, if you like the combat system and you like PvP, that alone will sustain you for hundreds of hours. And then after all of that, there's the DLC that's on your screen, Mega Dimension, with more content, more megas, more shit happen. Like, like this game is pretty big. There's a lot of stuff to do, and Scarlet Violet was similar. Scarlet Violet was a very, very, very big game. It was almost daunting with how much shit there was to do. And I'm pretty sure that most people never completed all of it just because there was that much stuff. And then the DLC added even more. It's like most people probably just played the main story and that was it. Like they didn't bother with any of the other shit. Not well. We know there's a lot of content that's not shown in the trailers. There are some pretty key story characters that haven't been shown in the trailers at all, right? So like yeah, there's a lot of stuff they're not showing in these trailers. Like we know this. Like it's crazy. The friend group from XY shows up. Well, from what I heard, they haven't. Lita looks like she's like Tierno's sister or related to him somehow, but we don't know. Is it worth getting the physical Switch 2 edition earlier? Just buy off the eShop. Um, I just bought off the eShop, but it's really up to you. It's up to your preference. I mean, I don't really care about physical anymore. I used to have every single Pokemon game physical, and then I sold them all for like a Switch Lite. So it's like I don't really care about physical that much anymore. Like maybe I just grew out of the sentimentality or something. But and yes, I do know I got scammed. It was literally every single one for like a Switch Lite, and I was like, ah, fuck it, why not? Yeah, I don't think Pokemon writing's in this game at all. I mean, the city isn't really big enough for that. And also, it's like it's too vertical. Like, what are you gonna do if a go-go or something? You're just gonna like crash into the walls. Like, how are you gonna get your go-go onto a rooftop? Is he gonna jump? Is he gonna take a zip line or something? Anyway, I think that's it for me. Uh, Stay keyed in on the Discord. If anything happens, you guys will know pretty much instantly. Like, subscribe, and join Discord if you're not already in the Discord in the link in the description. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna go eat.